Have you guys heard of Lunchly? It's basically, Lunchables, except for they removed everything that was fun about it and added it with YouTube products. Honestly, I don't think people originally would have disliked Lunchly that much, other than the fact that, it has Logan Paul, who has been in a lot of controversies lately, and a lot more importantly, Mr. Beast, who is going through a million different lawsuits. We all have to acknowledge that Lunchly is technically healthier than Lunchables. It's healthier, not healthy. Now, if this was, marketed towards adults instead of children, that would be okay, because adults can put shit in their body. Adults smoke and drink alcohol, but they're adults. They've understood the consequences of what they do. But these are children who don't know better other than to put, YouTuber products in their mouth all day. But let's start off with the Twitter blowback. It wasn't that big of a Twitter blowback until Dan TDM tweeted saying something kind of, not targeted towards KSI, Logan Paul, and Mr. Beast. He just kind of said like, hey, a lot of the shit YouTubers are pushing nowadays are kind of shit. I have to say something now. Why are we selling this kind of stuff to kids? The trio, the Dynamic Three, decided that Dan TDM was aggressively targeting them, and they all had shit to say with varying degrees of intensity. Now, Mr. Beast had the best reaction out of all of them. Lunchables sells hundreds of millions of units, and countless people eat it. Our goal is to give people a better for you alternative to it. Our turkey meal, for example, is 80 less calories, 60% less sugar, more electrolytes. We use real cheese. They use cheese product. They can't call it cheese. Higher quality meat, etc. Obviously, eating fresh chicken and broccoli is healthier, but if someone is going to eat a pre-made meal like this, which millions of people do through Lunchables, then I think giving them a higher quality version at roughly the same price is not good. IMO, and why we launched Lunchly. Also, as we get economies of scale and can get things cheaper, we will only be improving the product more and more. But, the part where it's like, as we get economies of scale and things get cheaper and things get better, Mr. Beast, your candy, you advertised it as healthy before, and now all of a sudden, you made the ingredients super sugary, super unhealthy. What's not to say that you're going to use cheaper products that are worse for you, and in the end, it's going to be worse than Lunchables. But yeah, and then Logan Paul had the next best reaction. Not saying it's good, but it's the next best thing. I'll tell you what happened to YouTubers. We spent our lives creating content and building our brands. Now we want to build businesses. You don't say anything when Lunchables faces bans for allegedly containing lead, but when we create better version, you're upset, then don't eat it. This is very funny because he says something about lead, when right now he is going through lawsuits, I'm pretty sure, about lead. He had controversies about lead in his own product that is also right now going into Lunchly. So, buddy, I don't want to hear anything about lead. Addressing we spend our lives creating content and building our brands. Now we want to build businesses. What businesses did you create that aren't scams? CryptoZoo, scam. There's a million things that you have created that have came out as scams. Prime is your only business that is not a scam. So yeah, you want to create scams to rip off your audience. Along with that, Logan Paul keeps getting ratioed by the community notes. There's a lot of different community notes, but this one's my favorite. Always a pleasure to expose the lies of community notes. I'd like to give a community note myself. Community notes have more often than not been accurate, because more often than not, people see it, they do the research, and they realize, oh, that is true. By the way, they removed the note because it's a lie, or wait, no, it got marked as needing more votes because it's not true, and although it's gone, it's not removed. And then, and this is the funny thing, this gets community noted, and says, as of the publishing of this note, the community note on the aforementioned tweet has been reinstated. Logan Paul got double owned by this one tweet. He gets into an argument with an actual professional, which is already hilarious. What you should do is message them and be like, hey, what can we do to make our drink better? But you see, that's not what they want to do, because they want to keep their drink super unhealthy, super sugary, super tasteful, just so kids will buy it all the time. Yeah, and then here's another one that really explains a lot. This one is a tweet from Logan Paul going, we spend a lot of money to put all meals through x-ray and metal detection to ensure no foreign materials are in Lunchly. Guess what? Community note, Logan Paul is insinuating that a metal detector detects lead and heavy metal contamination in food. This is incorrect. A metal detector in a food establishment is used to detect large pieces of metal or other foreign material contaminants in the product. This means is that Logan Paul is trying to lie to his audience. This is like the most accurate community note out of all of them. This one can't be false. And you want to know why? Because Oompaville, who works with Candy, has said that this machine is not to detect the lead parts per billion like Logan Paul is trying to show. That's not even the worst. The worst here is KSI, which I know a lot of you probably are already excited to see some of his tweets. Let's start off with the catalyst to all of this. So, in response to Dan TDM's first tweet in all of this, which he hasn't made a second tweet, Dan TDM made one tweet and has made KSI, Logan Paul, and Mr. Beast look like fools. With his first tweet, KSI says, "Looks crap to me," while showing a lot of, his merch. I understand the sentiment of like, how does this help your fans? But it's helping them by giving them something that'll entertain them for longer because they only need to buy this product once, unlike Lunchly and Prime. And then he gets, attacked by the community because they're like, yeah, you're talking about a toy while they're talking about food. Then KSI pulls up this tweet where he's like, oh, Dan TDM was sponsored by this food pack, which is crazy to go 9 years ago to find a YouTube video really digging in the bottom of the barrel to try to find something against Dan TDM. But along with that, he's sponsored. He doesn't own a part in the company. If I got sponsored by Dog Kicker Incorporation to make a video saying, yeah, donate your dogs so we could kick them, I would make that video because I'm taking money. I'm getting money from. Now, that's an extreme example, but still, a lot of these YouTubers don't care what their sponsors are, unless it's like, I'm going to sell cigarettes to children. But there are still some YouTubers, like probably Dream, who would be like, I'll take that sponsorship. I will be the one that sells cigarettes to children. But along with all of this, KSI decides, you know what would be fun? What would be really good for my brand right now? To promote his song that's coming out with the drama. This whole Dan TDM and Lunchly beef really shows that I'm in the quote-unquote thick of it out October 4th. Pre-save link down below. KSI, this is not the time for you to advertise more shit. You are releasing a shit product, getting roasted alive on the internet, and you're like, you know what would be better? Let me put another shit product up there for everyone to roast alive. Now we got video responses. Ooh. We have a KSI video, which most of it is regurgitated from Twitter, but we'll play it still.
Well, we've made something better. If you don't believe me, try it out for yourself. Let me know what you think. And yeah, I'm excited to see your reviews.
KSI, JJ, let me call you JJ because we're best buds here. JJ, I will not be trying Lunchly because I do not want to be putting your shit food product that tastes mediocre in my mouth. If I'm going to put a shit product for me, I will make sure it tastes good, unlike your ass of a product.
And ours just tastes way better than Lunchables.
That is not a fact. That is a opinion. Just, to state it out there. Also, let's talk about these names. So, Fiesta Nachos, kind of a mid name. Turkey Stackums, that's actually a pretty good name. I like what they called that one. But The Pizza, that is the worst name you could give it. Could you not come up with something better? Did you have a bunch of executives in the boardroom just going, what do we call the pizza meal? What if we just called the pizza? Great thinking.
But I gotta admit, Jimmy's new formula, when it comes to chocolate, is very good.
Are you talking about the new formula that was originally marketed as healthy and has now been remade to be super unhealthy? Also, let's get into a theme here. KSI is going to glaze Feastables because it's in his Lunchly product.
Dan TDM replied. This is what he had to say.
What happened to YouTubers, man? I can't not say anything anymore. This is selling stuff for the sake of making money. Simple. How does this benefit their fans? This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust the people who are selling it to them. Do better. Do better.
So this is a common theme in this video as well, that KSI will just, make fun of, Dan TDM or whoever, the fans, by just making a voice and making them sound like dumbasses.
So this is what I said. Looks like crap to me, while showing his toys that he sold to kids. How does this benefit your fans, Dan?
I'll tell you how it benefits his fans. It gives them something from their favorite YouTuber that they can have permanently. They don't have to rebuy it. And it gives them enjoyment from it. Like, even talking about the U2s, it's a cool collectible. I would love to have that. And just see it every day and be like, damn, I got a Dan TDM U2s. They're cool to have, and it gives people enjoyment forever.
Now, obviously, people didn't realize that I was shining a mirror in his face. Instead, they were like,
Wait, you did the same as Dan. You made toys with Tube Heroes.
and yes, that's fair, but I'm not the one complaining.
Yeah, you're not the one complaining because children are gonna buy your shitty product and make you money. You wanna know why you're not complaining? Because you're making money. And that's also not the case here. Just because you're not complaining, KSI, doesn't mean you are exempt or absolved of any wrongdoing. You're the one selling bad products to children.
Well, okay then. He was talking about food, not merchandise and toys.
And I'm like, okay, sure. Let's keep moving the goalposts.
KSI, you're the one that moved the goalpost in the first place. You moved it to his merch. That was the first goalpost being moved. You moved it all the way to his merch. And then when people move it back, you get complaining. You're like, why? Why are we moving the goalpost? Why are we moving the goalpost? Because you're making far reaches. And also because everyone roasted you alive on Twitter saying, hey, you worked with U2s, you worked with Tube Heroes and all that stuff. Well, you're being very hypocritical.
Okay, did I reply to this? He was sponsored, then promoted, and made a whole video on Munch Pack, a monthly sub box full of food and candy to his Minecraft audience full of kids.
Like I said earlier, this is the difference between owning a part of your company that you needed to make profits to actually receive money and having a one-time sponsor, which you're getting money in a short burst. These are two completely different things, KSI. How do you not understand that?
Now what? At this point, his fans imploded. Self-combustion occurred on Twitter. And they just didn't know how to react. Some just decided just to be racist. When a knicker like KSI does nothing in life and still gets paid for it in something other than welfare or food stamps, it's noteworthy. It's like how monkeys in the jungle have started to understand the concept of tools. Brother is just being racist. But again, they kept moving the goalposts and being like,
Oh, well, Dan only did this once. He's only made a video once about sweeties to his audience, so you're wrong.
I mean, he still did it, but sure.
So, he didn't show a second racist tweet. He only showed one. And that one racist tweet had 5 likes and a couple thousand views. Not that many. So, you're saying his entire fan base is racist based off one tweet. KSI, that's way too over-exaggerating. You're saying they're all racist because of one guy. I'd hate to burst your bubble, KSI, and Logan Paul and Mr. Beast, but you all have racist fans. Every big YouTuber probably has a few racist fans. I'm sorry, but you got racist fans. And I know, KSI, you might be like, but I'm black. I can't have racist fans. Because why would they be racist against me? They might be black people being racist against Asians or white people. You probably have racist fans.
TDM sweets. There's countless of videos of him eating sweets, promoting sweets to his audience, but cool.
And then a part of this candy debacle that he's going on now, these videos, he's not promoting the candy. He is not making money from any of this candy. He is not promoting that children should eat this candy. He is just like, hey, I am going to try this foreign candy. And Dan never said anything about eating these candies are healthy, unlike your product, which you are promoting it as, I wouldn't say even healthy, you're promoting it in the view of health benefits, which it is not.
You know, but again, this was another complaint that I heard a lot. They were like, I'm about to do the voice again.
Well, Dan TDM doesn't actually own the sweets. Okay, you own Lunchly, so it's not the same.
Okay, cool. Where was the same energy when Ryan Trahan released sweets? Where was the same energy when FaZe Rogue released sweets?
I'll tell you where the energy was. Not really giving a shit about them, because they actually make good products. They make something that, you know, they're not advertising to their fans as, oh, this will be better for you than other candies. They're like, this is probably a shit product for you. They are not advertising it like you are. These are not the same kind of products. If you were to launch a candy brand and get this backlash and go, where's the backlash from these creators? That makes more sense. But you are making a food kit. That's not the same as candy. If you want to know more about this kind of stuff with YouTubers making candy products, I'd recommend you watch Oompaville and his response to a lot of this Lunchly stuff. Because he actually makes a candy product. I think it's Star.gg.
I've realized why. It's because people just hate us. People just hate us. People hate Logan Paul, okay? They hate Mr. Beast. And they hate me.
I can tell you why they hate the three of you. They hate Logan Paul because he scammed a shit ton of his audience, and he keeps on scamming them. It seems like every single week at this point, Logan Paul just releases another scam. They hate Mr. Beast because of all of the shit that's going on recently. That's a whole fucking well to dig into. And then they hate you because you attacked Dan TDM, and you had severe public that outlash. Same with Logan Paul. You guys, your bad publicity, you guys doing bad shit is the reason people are hating you. Not because, oh, they hate us because we're famous and we have lots of money. Like, yeah, people can hate you because of it, but people are hating you because of a lot of the shitty things you did in your life. Not only because you're rich and famous. Honestly, you should have saw this coming. Logan Paul and Mr. Beast are in a lot of shitty water right now. They're in a lot of deep shit. And you deciding, let's release Lunchly right now with these two controversial people is the worst thing you could have done. But all this is not a reason to attack beloved creators and put out a shitty product marketed towards children.
When it comes to Twitter, Twitter is just a cesspool of the most depressed people on this earth. It's like 4chan, but worse. It's like 4chan, but with lower IQ.
It's so sad that when you're losing an argument, you have to say, the website is full of people with low IQ. Everyone who's against me is stupid. Everyone who's against me has, low IQ. That they're dumb. They're dumb boys. I'm surprised your IQ didn't raise based off of the things people were saying.
And actually, let's take a step back and look at the whole fucking situation. These motherfuckers are complaining about a lunch kit. That's what this whole thing is about. A lunch kit. There's way more crazier things happening in this world, but people want to go in on this lunch fucking kit.
Yeah, I can agree that there are more serious things going on in the world, but you want to know what one of the big serious things that's going on in this world is? Economic issues. People can't find jobs. People can't make money. People can't afford to live. And you want to know why people are upset at you is because you're millionaires who are trying to squeeze as much money out of your young fans as possible, while there's a shit ton of people out there in the world who can barely make it by. You see how that makes people mad? Okay, I'm done with this video because the rest of this video is basically just him reacting the same way to everything. But as of me going through and making this video and writing down all my notes about this specific video, Logan Paul released a video where he did, I'm gonna react to KSI's video.
Let me put this in the context. Imagine being a motherfucker who's angry that we made this. Crackers, bro? You mad cause we made crackers?
You're sounding demeaning as fuck, which is another manipulative behavior. But at the same time, people aren't getting mad over the crackers. You're making Dan TDM look like he was super fucking angry about this. His tweet, at least to me, he sounded more disappointed than angry. But people are not upset over crackers. People are upset that how you're advertising unhealthy food to children who don't know better. And because you guys attacked Dan TDM, who is a beloved content creator who fueled a lot of our childhood pleasures.
And by the way, it's great.
Yeah, it's great. Coming from the owner of the company. Oh my god! My dick is so big and it's so juicy to ride on. You guys should ride on it. You see, wasn't that convincing? Now you all want to, come over to my house and have fun.
We made nachos as well with queso, but I think if you're getting mad about nachos, that's a you problem. Oh, and the pizza. It's literally called the pizza. But same thing, like, you're mad about pizza?
Oh my god, it's not because you made pizza, it's not because you made nachos. It's because of how you're marketing the shit. You're also trying to make it like, let me put it into words you can understand. It's like, no, we understand the words that are coming out of your mouth.
Where was the same energy when Ryan Trahan released Sweets? Where was the same energy when FaZe Rug released Sweets?
Hey, that is true. I don't remember anyone having a problem with Ryan or Rug when they released their candy. Just funny how that works.
Yeah, it's funny how they make good products that aren't advertised directly to children, that are like, not advertised as healthy either.
Because people just hate us.
That's it. People just hate us. And I've come to realize now in my adult life that hate really is just a feeling of one's own inadequacy. You're dissatisfied with your life, you're unhappy, you're angry because your wife left you, or you suck. You might as well go hate on a cracker stack.
Okay, what you just said is a great way to attack the audience and basically just say, like, if you're hating on us, you're in the wrong and you have a sad and depressing life. Ooh, I paused on the perfect face. Let me fucking just screenshot that shit. What a cutie. Okay. Back to the product at hand, back to the video. Oh yeah, aren't you the guy that a week ago, not even a week ago, was hating on Lunchables? You have a lot of hate in your heart. You're hating in this video right now. So are you saying you're an inadequate individual? You're also saying your partner, KSI, is inadequate because he's hating on the fans. I'm assuming you two have very sad lives because of what you just said. And guess what? Dan TDM isn't hating. So I would assume Dan TDM has a pretty blissful life. And you might be also saying, I'm hating. True, I have a pretty shitty life. You want to come live it? But guess what? You don't, because you have a $50 million house that you get to stay and have a jacuzzi, all of that. You don't want to live my life.
When it comes to Twitter, Twitter is just a cesspool of the most depressed people on this earth.
Hey, that is so true. Twitter sucks. I'm not kidding. Probably one of the worst places to be.
It's one of the worst places to be because every time you go on Twitter, you get roasted alive by right now Lunchly, but before it was CryptoZoo, Prime, and a ton of other shit. The reason you think Twitter sucks is because it's not an echo chamber of your own thoughts. It's because people are actually telling you the truth and actually telling you shit you don't want to hear. And then you're like, well, it sucks because people are telling me shit that I don't like.
I remember a time when like success and dreams used to be celebrated. And now it's like, and this was my response to Dan TDM, we've spent our whole lives creating content and now we want to build businesses. Seems like a natural arc for any young, ambitious adult.
Okay, people aren't upset that you have a successful business. People are upset that your business is scammy, that all of your businesses are scammy. That's what people are upset about. I think people are happy that people like Oompaville, Ryan Trahan, and all those people can have businesses. I'm happy that Oompaville has a business because he's one of my favorite YouTubers that I love watching. I would celebrate to hear him be successful.
Just seeing a headline, it is met with hate, resistance, disgust. You don't know anything about this product, and the people that think they know about it still don't know about it.
Okay, people know your product. You have a lot of your nutrition facts online. You have a lot of this other shit online that tells us about your product. Along with, I don't think you even know your own product because of the shit earlier with the x-ray machine. You don't know how that shit works. So why are you saying we don't know your product? You don't even know how the food industry works. But you're claiming that that's your business.
I went to war with Community Notes the other day. X's regulatory body of truth, but they lie. The whole system is littered with lies because Community Notes is just it's exactly that. It's a community of contributors contributing what their point of view is, not the truth, their point of view. And if their point of view gets enough votes, it gets marked on the tweet.
Okay, like I said earlier, Community Notes has roasted you alive. You have been demolished by Community Notes. That's why you're saying they're lying, because they're saying things that you don't want to hear. More often than not, I've seen Community Notes are accurate. Why can't you just admit that your product is shit? You have to make up false accusations of Community Notes. You know, a lot of the shit with him saying, like, Community Notes lies, it's very similar to Wikipedia. On how in elementary school, our teacher said, do not use Wikipedia because anyone can edit it, anyone can add to it, so it might be false. when for the most part, it's actually very true information. Logan Paul, don't be a fucking stupid teacher who says no to Wikipedia.
Because the contributors, by the way, who are not my fans, these are people who sit online all day, they don't go outside, they don't smell the grass, sit at the computer all day, they'll come up with something that fits their narrative or might make your tweet look bad so other people can ratio you, and oh my god, bro.
Logan, I bet there was an internet freak who was sitting at their computer all day when they let you know you're using the X-ray machine wrong. I guess that fits their narrative well. Their narrative of, this is how you actually properly use a machine. Let's tell people how this machine actually works and keep the community better informed. But no, you don't want people better informed because then they're going to know not to buy your product. That's why you're saying community notes lies, because people are better informed and then won't buy your product.
And then I'm fighting with community notes. They're like, no, it doesn't. It has this many, is it? And then I corrected them, and I'm like, actually, the Prime in Lunchly is exclusive to Lunchly and has 400 milligrams of electrolytes.
So you're getting upset saying, oh, this and that, when you didn't disclose. You're saying their information is wrong. And at the end of the day, you're like, no, my information is right because it's a Lunchly exclusive Prime drink. That's not what they were going off of. They were talking about regular Prime. So you're trying to, you suddenly move it to the point where like, oh, it's actually Lunchly exclusive. If you said that in the beginning, people would be more likely to debate more correct information. I also still think the sports doctor is correct and Logan's wrong. Why? Because Logan Paul has made up a ton of shit and is claiming the community notes is wrong. To me, he has been more inaccurate than the community notes.
There are so many forces working against us to make sure we don't win, which is why we're gonna work that much harder to make sure we do win.
Yeah, work that much harder. Go to war with random people on Twitter and make your product look worse. You pushing harder is pushing in the opposite direction. You guys are making it harder for people to like you.
But I wasn't the one complaining! I'm just replying to Dan! Am I not allowed to reply to Dan? He came at me!
Yo, JJ is worked up right now. I mean, I could see why. Like, you can't engage with these people. This it's like a game of tennis. If you don't hit the ball back, the game doesn't continue. And yet, he's falling in the trap, I'm falling in the trap. Like, here we are, like peons, trying to rationalize with a community notes. That's not like a person, that's not an entity. It's just a group of haters.
These are a group of people who are giving correct facts and that you are arguing with false information. Honestly, if you didn't start this beef in the first place, people wouldn't be arguing with you.
I think we just see this fundamentally different than most people. Yes, we could have made a lunch meal with carrots and celery and apple slices, but I don't eat that shit. I don't.
Okay, so why didn't you put it in the food? Why didn't you put it in the lunch pack? You have every right to do that. You could have made the packaging slightly bigger to fit, a section for apple slices, to fit a section for carrot slices, but you didn't. And I know why. It's because you want kids mindlessly addicted to your food, to your product, and if they see vegetables or if they see apples and fruits, they're not going to want to eat it anymore because it's healthy food. I know why you're doing this.
It's better than Lunchables. That's our stance. We see it just differently than the people who are hating on us. If we can take shelf space and market share from a company that is not producing the best product that they can be doing in terms of what is in it, that is a win to us.
Okay, I will admit it is better for you, but we also got to look at this side. It is double the price. I don't think most people are willing to pay double the price for something that is slightly healthier that tastes the same. They'd much rather have something cheaper and then maybe spend the rest on something like vegetables if they're worried about being healthier.
Actually, let's take a step back. Let's take a step back and look at the whole f***ing situation. These motherfuckers are complaining about a lunchbox. These motherfuckers are complaining about a lunch kit. That's what this whole thing is about.
Yeah, they
a
are.
lunch kit. There's way more crazier things happening in this world, but people want to go in on this lunch kit.
That's what I'm saying. What? My pregnant fiance is not having it. Look, she's bouncing on a ball right now.
Thank you for showing us your pregnant fiance. I assume this is another trick to try to get people to feel bad for attacking Logan Paul, being like, oh, he has a kid on the way. He's probably going through a lot. But if he has a kid on the way, he should know better than to make shitty products for kids. And we all know this deep down inside. He is not feeding his daughter Lunchly and Prime.
Why do kids need an energy drink in the Lunchly? Why just packed with sugar? Prime is a better for you hydration drink. Yes, we have an energy line that is 18 plus, but that is not in Lunchly. Lunchly is hydration. There's no caffeine in this Prime. And there's no added sugar. 0 grams of sugar.
Okay, I get your point. There is a clear difference between prime hydration and prime energy. But this also brings up a good point. You, in all of your advertising, never brought up the difference between prime energy and prime hydration. Most people were uninformed until now, which is crazy because that means children who are usually less informed about these things were even less informed than regular people, which regular people were not informed that well. That means you did a bad time advertising prime, which also means there are probably a ton of young children who were drinking prime energy, which if I already looked into the stats of this, is not healthy for children that young. Like the recommended dosage for someone under the age of 13 is like 100, and a prime energy has 200. So that is honestly an oversight on your end that you're basically publicly admitting to. But I will say he is correct in saying it is prime hydration and not prime energy. Small win for Logan.
Also, I think there's like a misunderstanding with how like hate is received by people. I'm so used to this. In fact, I get paid for this. I literally make a living off of people not liking me.
Clearly, because the CryptoZoo scam worked so well. Yeah, remember CryptoZoo and how you received hate there? You got a shit ton of hate, and guess what you did? You sued CoffeeZilla. You sued him because he exposed you, and you got a lot of hate, and then you grew a lot of hate in your heart. Going back to earlier where you have an inadequate life, you grew a lot of hate, and how you responded to that was a lawsuit. You do not handle hate well. We know that.
Honestly, I'm sorry about being mature, man. I've seen dickheads that don't deserve my maturity.
What? That's why you're getting so much shit online. It's because you guys are not being mature. You immediately decide to attack Dan TDM because he gave a kind of generic thing of like, YouTubers nowadays are shitty. It's because you guys are being immature is why you guys are getting all of the backlash right now. This is marketing negative 101. This is what you don't do. You do not belittle your audience and make them all seem like idiots.
Stick your belly in the screen, like just your belly. That's crazy. The Low Gang is growing, baby!
Thank God Logan is bringing another scammer into this world. Also, thank you for proving my point earlier of, hey, look, I got a pregnant wife. Don't hate on me now. Okay, that's gonna be the end for this video. There is so much more to go over. There is so much shit online. It would take me, a whole week to make this video. And I'm barely scratching the surface. If you want to see more of this kind of shit, well, first of all, leave a like and subscribe to see more of this kind of shit. But at the same time, go check out these videos. There is so much shit you could pull apart that I didn't even show on this video. But yeah, thanks for stopping by and watching and, proving these idiots wrong.